All right, what's up, YouTube? So this news is a couple of days off, so I'm a little behind. But I'll go away for a couple of days. I see that there's more heavyweight bullshit going on, and guess who it's starting? The WBC, our favorite sanctioning body. All right, the most corrupt one out of all four of them. Or at least four of the majors. All right. So, uh, I've been complaining about the WBC and the heavyweight division for a while now. I mean, even when Wilder went on to beat Berman's to Burn, and Wilder's doing his thing, he's doing his title, defenses and stuff, and then you have like Stabern that's just like not doing anything. He goes on to fight Derek Rossi at some point. I didn't see the fight, but from what I heard, that he didn't really look good at all in that fight. Then goes another year and change, not fighting at all again, and somehow, some way, he pops up and WBC decides to push everybody else aside, like Luis Ortiz and Dillian Whyte and Dominic Brazil, and they just randomly make him the mandatory to fight Wilder in a rematch. That's just what they do. Meanwhile, you got guys like, I'll give Brazil his credit. Brazil definitely belongs in the number 2 spot. He definitely belongs in number 2 spot behind Dillian Whyte. He shouldn't be the mandatory neither, but at least he's beating guys up since his loss to Joshua. At least he's doing that. Does he have the wins that Dillian Whyte has? Hell no. Is he ranked above Dillian Whyte? Hell no, but we're going to make him the mandatory anyway, because we're the WBC and that's what we do. Yeah. This is not about fanboys and who I think would win in these fights. This has nothing to do with that. This video is all about a man that's just being treated unfairly because he's just on the wrong team. We already know that Wilder and Heyman and Shelly Finkel have no parts, and not just Anthony Joshua, but they don't want any parts of Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn has, and even in the past, try to make fights with Dillian Whyte. They always turned it down. It is what it is. And, all right, that's cool. It's not about that. But we just know how much they hate Eddie Hearn. I mean, they've said it, not Whyte, but Wilder and his team has come out and said things. They don't want any parts of Eddie Hearn. And I think that this is all about that. It could be protection. You could call it whatever you want to call it. All I know that it doesn't matter if you're a fan of whoever. What they're doing to Dillian Whyte is just wrong. Because, I've heard a couple of videos. I heard a couple of guys making YouTube videos, and they're talking about how Dillian Whyte has been the number 1 for this amount of time. You've heard an interview with Eddie Hearn where he's like, breaking this whole situation down, this story. He's talking about how long and how many days, 500 days has Dillian Whyte been ranked number 1 in the WBC, and he has not... the WBC have not ordered Deontay Wilder to fight Dillian Whyte. But we also got to include those fights that Dillian Whyte was involved in since his loss to Joshua, which was years ago. We have to include those fights that got him to the number 1 spot. He's been the number 1 for a while, but we also got to include those fights that he fought to get there. He's fought a lot of people to get to where he is right now. There's people that do a whole lot less. Not even half of what this guy has done. And they got a title shot. They were ordered to fight the champ. But then you have Tyson Fury, who just came back last year, beat up a couple scrubs, gets the Wilder fight, cool. He gets the Wilder fight, they draw. He turns down the rematch. WBC ordered the fight again. Turns the rematch down. Right? They're already in negotiations. They're going to make the fight. Turns it down. And what does the WBC do? Nah. We're going to order Tyson Fury to fight Dillian Whyte now. For the same fight that Tyson Fury just turned down Now you're going to make me fight someone else to fight the same guy I just turned down? Yo, there's no way to explain this. There's none. The WBC is so corrupt, bro. And it's sad because, and I know people are going to come on here. I made a video about Wilder. It got so many people upset. These dudes is making videos about me, all that. It's crazy. I got like 200 comments of just slander, just name calling. And it's just sad because, like, look, if you team Wilder, this is not even about who I think is going to win the fight between the two. It has nothing to do with that. Can we just admit that this man deserves a shot at Deontay Wilder? Can we just admit that? It doesn't matter how you feel about Anthony Joshua and Eddie Hearn. Can we just all agree that Dillian Whyte earned his shot a long time ago? Like a couple of years ago, he's been due to fight Deontay Wilder. Now, we all want the unification matches. We want that. And I understand that Tyson Fury did that. See, I'm trying to cover everything because I know what you guys are going to say. Tyson Fury did duck and go to ESPN. And he's taking the easier fights for a whole lot of money. But Dillian Whyte still he's earned his shot. Give the man a chance. I know he's on the side you hate. I know he's with Eddie Hearn. Remove that from your mind for 1 second. The guy is winning fights. He's winning good fights. The guy earned his shot. He's being treated unfairly by the WBC. And it looks like they're doing it for a reason. It looks like that. It looks like somebody is pulling strings in the background. So the first thing people are going to assume that either Al or Espinoza or Shelly Finkel or maybe Wilder himself just don't want to fight Dillian Whyte. But this is wrong. This is wrong. This shouldn't be happening. Brazil definitely deserves a shot. I think he's next in line as far as the WBC. But this is wrong, man. He doesn't deserve it over Dillian Whyte, man. And he's only there. Brazil is there because he's a PBC guy. He's getting first dibs. It shouldn't work that way. Why even have a ranking if you're going to just manipulate it and make these guys fight anybody at any time? Why even have a ranking? So Eddie Hearn is basically trying to make the Oscar Rivas fight with Dillian Whyte, which I need to do a video on, all right? I will be doing a video this week on Wilder and Brazil. And then I will be doing a video as well on Joshua and Ruiz, too, in the following weeks. If I don't do it this week, I'll do it the following week. I'm not doing a video on Tom Schwartz against Tyson Fury. That's just for what? If I have like no time at all, I'll do a video on that. But it's not even a fight that needs to be broken down. Tyson Fury is leagues above this guy. And, I know the business side. I know people that defend Fury. Listen, he has 3 fights or whatever amount of fights in his deal. And he wants to get some of these. I know they're not going to all be tough fights. But you already fought Wilder. And most people think you won the fight. So you shouldn't even be fighting guys on this level at this point. Like, you're way above this guy. You're way above a Tom Schwartz. If you are lineal champion and you're defending your lineal title, there's no reason why a guy named Tom Schwartz should be having an opportunity to fight for lineal titleship. Since you want to keep saying that that's who you are, then that's what you're defending. And since you already fought Wilder, you shouldn't be going back to fighting guys like this. So that's all I got to say on that fight. There's no point even doing a whole video on it. All right? That's ridiculous. Because if Wilder fought him, or if Joshua fought him, people will go crazy. You know, especially with Joshua, because I don't even remember the last time Joshua fought anyone on that level or even close to a Tom Schwartz level. It's been a long time. You know, so anyway, it's unfair. Hopefully they can make the Rivas fight because that's a good fight. Whyte against Oscar Rivas is a good fight. You know, Rivas is coming off of that knockout win against Brian Jennings. I believe he's still undefeated. That should be a good fight. That should definitely be a good fight. It's a dangerous fight for Dillian Whyte, actually. But him to keep fighting guys on this level and not get a title shot, I already know. And this is not about Joshua. I already know he turned Joshua down. He felt he was getting no ball. He deserves a shot, period. I said that again after the Derek Chisora knockout. He deserves a shot, period. But the WBC, he definitely deserves that shot. Without a doubt. He turned the fight with Joshua down because he wasn't happy with the money. Cool. But what's up with the WBC? Come on, man. You got to do your fighters better like that. What's the point of even having a ranking? Okay? So they need to do better because it looks real fishy. It looks suspect. And, you know, it just, like, this is, the heavyweight division is just such a disappointment, man. It's so pathetic, this division. It's pathetic. We're not getting anything up there. Anything. All right? And these guys, one of them, two of them are going to lose. And that's what's really going to happen. Before the fights we want to see, before we get those, Wilder, Joshua, one of these guys are going to lose, and we're never going to see the fight. And I don't want to see the fight when guys are left with nothing left because no one cares anymore. I want to see these guys fight while they're undefeated, while they're in their prime. All these guys that's making excuses for these moves in the comments, well, they're building up the fight. As a fight fan, do you watch basketball? Do you want them to build up the Rockets and Warriors series? Do you want to wait years to watch a playoff game? No, you get it. You turn on your TV. It's free. It's there. And we watch it. We already know a schedule. We don't need years of buildup. And if you won't want to compare basketball, we can compare it to MMA, the other combat sport, which guys fight. You're the number one. You fight the champ. You lose. You go down. You come back. You fight the champ again. The next number two goes up to number one, and that person fights the champ. That's why no one's undefeated over there. So all these undefeated guys, these guys that's defended that undefeated record, that's because too much ducking, too much manipulation. So I'm getting tired of it, especially in the heavyweight division. It's a shit division at this point. All right, so that's my thoughts. Check you guys later. Peace.